Listen, over the years, I know I've given YouTube a lot of past 30 days. I've been watching as YouTube has systematically been taking down videos.
Let me say that again. YouTube does not decide what is fair use and what isn't.
Let me say this again. That's donkey poop. YouTube in the last couple of years has been affected by all sorts of toxic negativity in the comments. Is this new YouTube rule change, is it unfair to small creators? But I've thought about it and I'm here to say that YouTube will always be the #1 social media platform because it is simply the best. Hey creator, I'm Ian Corzine, your social media lawyer. I'm here to help creators just like you understand the law, and I want to protect your artistic freedom. Today, we're talking about why I think that YouTube is the #1 social media platform, especially in terms of monetization. There are no other social media platforms that come close, and I really want to examine why. I want to talk to you about why that is. Why is there no one on the heels of YouTube, threatening to take away some of their market share? YouTube reigns supreme, and I want to jump into it. So the first reason I think that YouTube is the #1 social media platform is because of the fact that they pay creators. And they pay creators, big creators, small creators, so long as you're monetized, so long as you have those 4,000 valid watch hours. And by valid, I mean they have to be actually watched by real humans. You can't buy them. But so long as you have those and 1,000 valid subscribers, you can qualify for the YouTube Partnership Program, which will give you 55% of the ad revenue that comes into your channel. No other social media platform offers this deal to creators. YouTube gives us the best deal. Yeah, I know Facebook you can monetize, but you need 10,000 followers and you need 30,000 one-minute views of 3-minute videos within the past 60 days. That's a bar that most of us smaller creators or mid-sized creators just can't meet. Even then, we don't really know if we're going to get paid or we're going to get into the program. It's mostly larger creators, people that are influencers that get into the Facebook monetization plan. IGTV says they're going to monetize. I guess in May of 2020, they said, we're going to start paying creators, but we don't know the details. They've only opened it up to about 200 creators, and they're the large creators like Lele Pons and people that are, have thousands, millions and millions of followers and subscribers. They've not given us a firm deadline on when some of the smaller creators with smaller audiences can get paid for IGTV videos. Yeah, evidently Twitter has a creator payment program. I have never heard of any creator being paid by Twitter. I've never even seen, frankly, a Twitter video that could be monetized. And the one kind of secret requirement is you need to have a Twitter partner manager. I looked into it, I researched it, I tried to figure out what you could do to get a Twitter partner manager. It's unclear, and as a result, a lot of us aren't going to be paid by Twitter for our videos. Oh yes, TikTok has announced that they're going to start paying creators. However, the split is going to be 80% TikTok and 20% the creator. That's the split for the ad revenue. And I don't have my hopes up. TikTok is having this renaissance right now, despite the fact that there's, maybe a TikTok ban and all these discussions about Chinese involvement in ByteDance, the parent company. But the bottom line is it's the most popular platform on social media right now. And so I don't know that TikTok is totally motivated to start paying its creators when they're going to give them good content for free. So basically no one pays creators at the scope and scale of YouTube. It just doesn't exist out there. Yes, there's other programs out there that you can find. And listen, if you're a creator on Facebook or IGTV, great. Let us know how you did it. But for the most of us, we can't access these platforms. And I got to tell you that even if we could, there's the second reason why YouTube is the #1 social media platform, in my opinion, especially for monetization, and that is because they have the best search. Obviously, their parent company is Google, which is the #1 search platform on the internet, and #2 is YouTube. And that's such an aid to get our videos watched. If we have a video that's maybe on a more obscure topic, if we put that keyword in our SEO, then there's someone out there who can enter into the search bar that keyword and find us. No other social media platform has that. I used to believe IGTV would be that place. They talked about search. They said that our description sections were searchable, and I guess they are, but it really hasn't come to fruition. IGTV does not seem searchable to me. I'm not seeing a lot of traffic on my IGTV based upon search. I'm also not seeing a lot of search traffic on Facebook Watch or LinkedIn. I'm not seeing search results whether or not I use Google or Bing or any other search engine for that matter. So the point of it is that YouTube is definitely the #1 social media platform. I don't foresee that changing in the near future. I don't know how another social media company is going to compete with that. And so the question I have for you, and I have for the world, frankly, is why? Why is another social media platform that already has a following, that's already being used by millions, if not billions of users, willing to compete with YouTube for views and pay creators? Why isn't IGTV really putting some money into competing with YouTube for the searchability of videos? I think the answer is, this is what I think, and I could be completely wrong, but it is that they don't have to. The social media platforms besides YouTube don't have to. And I gotta tell you that I think that's a serious mistake. I think YouTube could probably survive just fine without paid creators, but they're smart. They've made a decision to partner with the people that provide them with content on a daily basis. And I think the other social media platforms, while they're certainly popular and they're being used, they don't have nearly the scope and the breadth that YouTube has in the globe. And I think it's a mistake. I think social media platforms really need to think about competing with YouTube. Otherwise, they're going to get swallowed up over time. And I got to tell you this, there's a big opportunity for IGTV, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, whatever you want to say, to take some of those creators from YouTube and to be able to give them a job and get some views and get some popularity on a different social media platform. The social media platforms are totally different. If you think about IGTV, it's a 9:16 type format video. Some of the social media creators on YouTube could really fit into that format much better. So I really think it's a mistake for the other social media platforms besides YouTube to not compete, to not pay smaller creators with a smaller audience, to be able to get them on the platform and bring their audiences there. I think a lot of social media platforms are not paying creators or not making their programs open to the masses because they think that likes are enough. You know, people will put on TikTok a funny video and they're basically paid in likes and follows. And I think that that's short-sighted. Yes, the creator's happy, but over the long term, that creator is not getting the monetary value that he or she deserves for creation of that video. He or she needs to be paid. And I think that a lot of these social media platforms are doing well right now, but I don't think it's long term. I think over time, creators are going to see through that. And that's why you're seeing a lot of creators transferring their LinkedIn, their IGTV videos, their TikTok videos over to YouTube, because that's where they get paid. And that's not a good thing. If you're a social media platform, you want your creators to create for you and not another platform. And all I can tell you is, creators and my clients are coming to me and they're saying, listen, I want to transfer TikTok videos over to YouTube, but I don't want to get copyright strikes. And I'm having to give a lot of advice out to allow them to do that. And I think that that's not in TikTok's interest. I think TikTok's interest is to have their creators stay on the platform. So what does that tell you about TikTok's business? I think it's flawed. I think at some point in time, TikTok and the other social media platforms need to learn from YouTube, and they need to say, listen, these people out there are spending time and money to create awesome content. They deserve a share of the pie. I still don't get it. Why don't they deserve a share of the pie? If you have an opinion on why this other social media platforms besides YouTube are not YouTubeizing, they're not really opening their partnership programs to the masses, I would love if you could tell me in the comments below. I'd love your thoughts on this. I get so much value out of your comments. It's usually the fodder for my next video, and I really, really would appreciate it. Just tell it to me straight. Why is it that the other social media platforms are not paying their creators? I want to see that happen. You deserve to be paid, and you deserve your free speech rights. You know, in the last year or so, our free speech on social media has been curtailed. It's been limited. It's been terminated, and we as creators don't deserve that. If you want to learn more about the subject and also learn learn what you can do to preserve your free speech rights on social media, you can watch my video right here. And as always, as you watch, I will be at iancorzine.com to answer any social media questions you have.